Hey guys, Joe with ECRM here at our CBD Pet and CBD Food and Beverage sessions in Cape Coral, Florida. And we have back with us Liz from BDS Analytics. Thanks again for joining us.
Absolutely, happy to be here.
So today, in this segment, we're going to talk about trends in beverage, CBD beverages, which was a part of her presentation that she gave yesterday. So can you give us just a quick overview of what's happening in the growth in that segment?
Absolutely. So the beverage market is absolutely fascinating. And of course, as you know, BDS Analytics tracks sales in not just the hemp CBD space, but the full spectrum THC marijuana base as well. And there are a lot of trends that are being born within that dispensary channel that give us a little bit of an insight into what might be coming next and coming down the pipe for these CBD and hemp-based products. One of the things that's really interesting is although there's a lot of interest today in full spectrum cannabis beverages as well as of course CBD hemp-based beverages, it's still a pretty small percent of the overall sales in the dispensary channel. So just about 1% of sales in the dispensary channel are actually coming from cannabis beverages, whether they be CBD or THC-based beverages. It is a fast-growing category. About 15% growth year over year for the entire beverage category, but what's really interesting is to start to dissect out and understand where that growth is happening and what trends are driving that growth. And what we see is, probably unsurprising, that's why we're here today, the CBD beverages are a huge driver of growth even in the traditional dispensary channel. So 80% plus growth happening with CBD beverages in dispensaries.
Wow.
They currently account for somewhere around 15% of the overall category.
And that's what's interesting. I think that's why, even though a lot of the mass retailers who are here can't pull the trigger on putting these beverages on the shelf, but they're here to find out which products they want to use when it's time for them to do it.
Absolutely. I mean, the time is now to start thinking about what are those product mix and what are the products that are going to be successful on the shelves when they are ready to pull the trigger. And two things that we're seeing really resonate with consumers who are already purchasing these beverages, so some leading indicator trends. One is water-soluble powders. So this ties into the trend of discreet and portable and very convenient. So you can mix that in with just about any product. And another is functional ingredients. And what helps with functional ingredients is as we know right now, it's very difficult to navigate the minefield of making health claims or making wellness claims or claiming what the experience is going to be like for a consumer when they're consuming a CBD beverage. However, at the same time, our trends are showing that that's very, very much needed. It's just some explanation of, well, what experience can I expect and what is going to happen when I consume this beverage? So if you're pairing with functional ingredients, what that allows you to do is help to create a connection with the consumer with an ingredient that they're already familiar with.
So an example like melatonin and sleep, they know what that does, so you can make that connection. Okay.
Exactly, or something similar for energy or awake or whatever it may be. Because one of the big trends that we do see in the dispensary channel is consumers are gravitating towards products that make experience and mood and effects based marketing claims. Clearly harder to do in general retail, but the takeaway there is a lot of confusion. There is a lot of miscommunication with the consumers, and anything we can do to help clarify what experience am I trying to create with this product, what need state am I trying to solve, and then giving them a very easy way to understand how to create those connections.
And this could be really big, right? You're forecasting almost $2 billion down the road. I mean, it's already getting into mass in C-stores and e-com.
So by 2024, our forecast is for the CBD beverage or cannabinoid beverages to be a $1.7 billion market, and that is in the US across all channels. So right now, the channel makeup for CBD beverages is actually a little bit less skewed towards the dispensaries than some of the other CBD products. So in general, about 50%, so over half of CBD products are still being sold through the dispensary channel in the US. When you look at beverages, it's actually a bit smaller. It's a little bit less than 40%, because we're already seeing some of those other channels that you mentioned creating a very viable distribution option, channel for the CBD beverages. You fast forward a few years, we're going to see that dispensary channel continue to shrink in terms of overall size. Although, like we always say, it's still an important for product innovation, sort of that leading indicator to keep an eye on where the trends are setting.
Yeah, and functional beverages in general, at our beverage session, functional beverages are really, really growing fast. So, and I know consumers view this as a functional beverage, even though they can't
Absolutely.
say those functions.
Absolutely.
So, okay, great. Looks like there's a good future for CBD beverages, and especially if the FDA issues a ruling sometime in the near future, these retailers who are here will be able to pounce.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks again for that
Thank you so
information.
much. All right.